They aimed their best, they fired true, but I rode on like dead men do. The dust kicked up, the sky turned black, but I never once looked back. I kept riding after the kill shot. When the lead rang cold, I rode high. The dirt don't care, the wind don't cry, but I ride where the fallen can't lie. I kept riding after the kill shot. They thought I'd drop, but I did not. The bullet's there, the scar's still red, but I ride where the living play dead. Oh, 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 oh. The wound burns low, but the fire stays high. I ride through storms most men pass by. They marked me done, they called me gone, but I ride where the dead ride on. I kept riding after the kill shot. When the lead ran cold, I rode high. The dirt don't care, the wind don't cry, but I ride where the fallen can't lie. I kept riding after the kill shot. They thought I'd drop, but I did not. The bullet's there, the scar's still red, but I ride where the living play dead. Oh, 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 oh. The grave can wait, the sky can burn. I ain't the kind who don't return. Some fall fast, some beg, some crawl, but I just ride, I don't fall. I kept riding after the kill shot. When the lead ran cold, I rode high. The dirt don't care, the wind don't cry, but I ride where the fallen can't lie. I kept riding after the kill shot. The bullet's there, but I forgot. The mark is deep, the trail is red, but I ride where the living play dead. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, I ride where the living play dead. Oh, 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 oh. Still smiling, still riding.
I rode in from the high, dry hell, dust in my lungs, so shot to shell. Mama's locket swinging on my chest, a noose of gold where my heart once rest. Blood on my boots from a man named Cain. He took what's mine, now I wear his stain. The church bell cried in that hollow town when I lit a match and burned it down. Preacher begged through tears and flame, but the Lord don't answer when you curse his name. Ash to ash and sin to sin, I ain't looking back, I ain't settling. Burn the mercy down, let the heavens choke, let the wind drag judgment through the smoke. No grave for the wicked, no hymn, no crown, just bones in the dust where the sun beats down. I made a deal where the devils drown, now there's no turning back. Burn the mercy down. I found her cross lost by the river bend, split and cracked like a ghosting friend. She died praying for a man like me. Now I ride with wrath as my company. The saloon doors know my name in flame, and every bullet sings her name. Burn the mercy down, let the heavens choke, let the wind drag judgment through the smoke. No grave for the wicked, no hymn, no crown, just bones in the dust where the sun beats down. I made a deal where the devils drown, now there's no turning back. Burn the mercy down. There's a black horse waiting in my dream, eyes like coal and teeth that gleam. Says ride with me till the end of breath, I'll trade you peace for a bloodstained death. I saddle up 'cause I understand redemption dies in a killer's hand. Burn the mercy down, let the heavens choke, let the wind drag judgment through the smoke. No grave for the wicked, no hymn, no crown, just bones in the dust where the sun beats down. I lit the fire on hallowed ground, now the sky won't cry. Burn the mercy down. When the stars fall cold and black, don't light no candle, don't look back. Just whisper low, without a sound, he rode alone and burn the mercy down.
Across that line they always draw, between the dam and heaven's law. But no one watched, no trumpets cried, just dust and smoke where angels died. God forgot I was alive, left me out past where prayer survived. No curse, no flame, no holy knife, just this shell and borrowed life. I've whispered hymns in shattered towns while blood dried up and stars fell down. I called his name but heard no sound, just silence rolled from underground. God forgot I was alive, no hand reached out, no soul arrived. I walk with time that won't forgive, still breathing 'cause I never live. the sky or across. I don't mourn what I have lost, but when the wind forgets my face, I know I've found my rightful place. God forgot I was alive, and so I move, but not to thrive. I've outlasted death, regret and light, just a voice too low for night.
Midnight wind howled through the mesquite trees, dust on my boots and a past I won't leave. A 6-gun heavy on my weary side, riding with ghosts that I never denied. Mama said vengeance will poison your soul, but the devil don't knock when he's already home. I carved his name in the black of my heart, lit up the sky with a fire in the dark. There's blood on the saddle, tears in the dust, steel in my hand and a heart I don't trust. Buried my mercy out back with his lies. Now I'm the shadow in God's blind eye. Don't pray for a sinner who won't be saved. Just mark my name on a cold pine grave. There's blood on the saddle, and it won't wash away. He took what was mine in a coward's grin, left her cold as the bottle he drowned in. I found him drunk where the coyotes cry, begged for his life neath that gunmetal sky. I ain't proud of the way that it fell, but some debts are paid only in hell. Now every hoofbeat sounds like chains, and the thunder rolls with her name in the rain. There's blood on the saddle, tears in the dust, steel in my hand and a heart I don't trust. Buried my mercy out back with his lies. Now I'm the shadow in God's blind eye. Don't pray for a sinner who won't be saved. Just mark my name on a cold pine grave. There's blood on the saddle, and it won't wash away. The preacher won't speak when I pass him by. Even the vultures know when to fly high. But I ride with her locket and one final vow: a man can break, but he don't have to bow. There's blood on the saddle, tears in the dust, ashes and echoes and bones you can't trust. Truth rides alone where the lost souls stray, in the hush of a dawn that won't ever stay. Don't weep for the fallen or the price I paid. Just let me ride where the wicked don't pray. There's blood on the saddle, and it stains like fate. ever torn. I don't cry, I don't explain. I leave behind rust, smoke, and pain. I leave what hurts, footprints, shells, and blood and shirts. No mercy tied to where I go, just silence, ash, and undertow. They tried to name me long ago, but names don't stick to what don't grow. I ain't a man you bury twice. I'm a breath made sharp, a heart turned ice. I leave what hurts, no flowers, graves, or holy shirts, just open doors and shattered glass when no one asks and no one laughs. The road don't bend, it bleeds instead, and I ride through what's better dead. I don't wait, I don't forgive, I don't remember how to live. I leave what hurts, my boots don't clean, my name converts to thunder low and dusk too wide. I don't stay, I don't decide. Came riding down from Devil's Crest, midnight ducks clinging to their vests, hollow eyes and tongues of flame. Ain't no man alive could name. They say they once were righteous men, preachers' cloth and lawmen's pens. The blood runs deep where mercy dies, vengeance is their battle cry. And the hollow saints ride where the lost souls hide, with their silver spurs and sins untried. You can pray to God or curse the sky, but they don't stop and they don't cry. Hell don't need no alibi when the hollow saints ride. My brother's graves on Tucker's Hill, laid cold by Judge McGraw's own will. Hung him high on twisted lies, watched Mama break, watched Papa die. So I lit that chapel to the ground, took the cross and turned it round, wore it black against my chest, a cursed star on a holy vest. And the hollow saints ride under blood red light, through fields of ash and dead man's right. Their names are carved in coffin pine, but death can't hold what burns inside. The Lord turned his face aside when the hollow saints ride. rhythm in the sound of a cockback gun, a prayer in the scream of the hangman's son. I sold my soul for one last dawn, to ride with ghosts till justice gone. Now I'm the shadow in the pew, the whiskey stain, the worn out boot, a whisper in the sinner's ear, the tolling bell the wicked fear. And when the hoof starts shaking ground, don't look back, don't turn around. We ain't the kind that heaven saves, just bones and wrath in shallow graves. And the hollow saints ride through the smoke and pride, with a Bible torn and justice blind. They don't forgive, they don't decide, they just collect what's due in kind. Even angels step aside when the hollow saints ride. Rode in slow through the rust red dust, boot heels dragging through the bone dry dust, eyes like storms where the lightning hides, with a 6-gun soul and bloodshot pride. The church bell cried, the dogs held breath, every step he took reeked of death. Mama whispered, child, don't stare too long, that man walks where the dead belong. He's a coffin-bound stranger, carved from sin, with a black Stetson shadow and a half-cocked grin. A name ain't worth saying when the reaper rides. He buries his past where the buzzards bite, and he don't look back, no, he can't be saved. Just a ghost with a gun and a soul unclaimed. He came for the man in the gambler's coat, the one who slit his daddy's throat. 3 days hung from a cottonwood tree, swinging like a prayer on a gallows breeze. Sheriff said, leave it to the Lord, son, but the Lord don't load a 41. He carved a cross in the barroom floor, said justice sleeps, but hell keeps score. He's a coffin-bound stranger, carved from sin, with a black Stetson shadow and a half-cocked grin. A name ain't worth saying when the reaper rides. He buries his past where the buzzards bite, and he don't look back, no, he can't be saved. Just a ghost with a gun and a soul unclaimed. Now moonlight falls on a blood-soaked star, his horse tied outside a ghost town bar. He drinks to the dead with a hollow toast, then rides through the smoke like a long-lost ghost. He ain't feared dying, he's already gone. A man becomes myth when he don't belong. They say he vanished near Widow's Creek, where the willows weep and the earth don't speak. Some hear spurs in the midnight rain, and feel cold steel whisper in their name. But if vengeance lives past death's own hand. Then he walks still across this land. He's a coffin-bound stranger, carved from sin, with a black Stetson shadow and a half-cocked grin. A name ain't worth saying when the reaper rides. He buries his past where the buzzards bite, and he don't look back. No, he can't be saved. Just a ghost with a gun and a soul unclaimed. See smoke on a clear night sky, and a lone rider with a dead man's eye. Pray you got nothing to atone or hide. The stranger's coming and someone died. Dust like blood on the canyon floor, boot prints trailing what came before. Moon's hanging low like a gallows rope, and the wind hums hymns with no trace of hope. My mama said, son, don't play with fire, but I learned too young how men conspire. They took her rain, they took her breath. Now I ride with the ghost of death. 'Cause wolves ain't sleeping now past the ridge. They howl for blood by the devil's bridge. I ain't no preacher, but I pray they scream when the cold steel cuts through their final dream. There's a storm in my soul and a debt I'm keeping. Don't close your eyes, boys, wolves ain't sleeping. Cigarillos and laughed when I begged. Left a cross on the door, flames in the barn. Now my heart's just a holster for home. I tracked him through whiskey towns and graves, with the sheriff's blind and the choirs to pray. Each mile I ride, the darker it gets, but hell don't scare a man with regrets. 'Cause wolves ain't sleeping out past the ridge. Howl for blood by the devil's bridge. I ain't no savior, but I sure believe that the wicked fall when the lost don't grieve. There's a fire in the dark that's slowly creeping. Don't turn your back now, wolves ain't sleeping. There's a Bible in my saddlebag, unread and full of sand, and a locket near my pistol where her picture kissed my hand. I ain't looking for forgiveness, no white dove of grace, just a name and a shot and a burial place. Now he's kneeling where the river bends, praying hard like the devil repents. Mercy's a ghost in a town like this, and justice rides with a vengeful kiss. I drew slow like the dusk at night, and ended his prayer in a flash of light. 'Cause wolves ain't sleeping, neither am I, not till his bones bleach under that sky. I ain't no hero, but I play that part when a grave gets dug for a blackened heart. So if you hear a howl where the shadows deepen, say your prayers, friend, wolves ain't sleeping. Rode in slow through a one-horse horse town. Blood on my boots and my brim pulled down. Eyes like thunder, soul gone black. A past that won't die keeps riding my back. Church bell cracked, the steeple leans. Ghosts in the cotton whispering schemes. Mama said, son, the devil don't sleep, but I made a bed where the shadows creep. I got dust in my veins, fire in my chest, carving my name where the guilty rest. A 44 hymn and a 6-shot prayer. Lord, don't answer when the cold wind stares. I ain't running, I was born this way. Outlaw blood and a debt to pay. Can't wash it clean, can't break these chains. Just dust in my veins. Barroom eyes and a crooked grin. He took her heart, now I'm hunting his sin. 10 years gone, but I still hear her cry. And every crow that cuts the sky. Wrote her name in a whiskey glass. Swore I'd ride till I kissed his last. Vulture circle, they know my name. The wind moans low like it's calling blame. I got dust in my veins, fire in my chest, carving my name where the guilty rest. A 44 hymn and a 6-shot prayer. Lord, don't answer when the cold wind stares. I ain't running, I was born this way. Outlaw blood and a debt to pay. Can't wash it clean, can't break these chains. Just dust in my veins. Midnight comes with a preacher's tone, preaching to bones no one's ever known. I don't beg and I don't kneel. Mercy is a wound that never heals. I got dust in my veins, fire in my chest, carving my name where the guilty rest. A 44 hymn and a 6-shot prayer. Lord, don't answer when the cold wind stares. I ain't running, I was born this way. Outlaw blood and a debt to pay. Can't wash it clean, can't break these chains. Just dust in my veins. So bury me deep where the blackbirds sing, and the ground don't ask about the blood I bring. A stone that reads with no refrain. Here lies a man with dust in his veins. Carve my name in the hickory bark by the banks where the blackbirds sang. A blood moon rose like a branded scar over rusted spurs and a wedding ring. She wore white lace and a violet bruise. I came too late, I paid my dues. They strung her heart from a sycamore limb, so I made a vow in the midnight dim. Down by the Black River, I swore on bone and flame. With whiskey breath and a loaded Colt, I took the devil's name. No lawman's badge, no preacher's prayer could wash me clean or tame. I gave my soul to Shadow's hand, and I ain't never been the same. That Black River oath runs cold and deep, and it don't let a sinner sleep. I rode through towns where the candles weep, through gallows wind and coffin pine. Each man I found who bore that that snake I sent to hell for the church could chum. There I still haunt my shattered dreams, but justice don't wear angel wings. I don't believe in heaven's gate, but I believe in settling fate. Down by the Black River I swore on bone and flame, with whiskey breath and a loaded Colt I took the devil's name. No lawman's badge, no preacher's prayer could wash me clean or tame. I gave my soul to Shadow's hand, and I ain't never been the same. That Black River oath runs cold and deep, and it don't let a sinner sleep. Now the crows come calling at my door, the wind moans like her voice before, and every ghost I lay to rest whispers vengeance ain't no blessing quest. I'm older now, but the fire won't fade. Still hear her cry in the summer rain. I see that tree in every flame, still taste her kiss through smoke and pain. I'll ride till death comes knocking slow, one last name, and I let go. Down by the Black River I swore on bone and flame, with whiskey breath and a loaded Colt I took the devil's name. No lawman's badge, no preacher's prayer could wash me clean or tame. I gave my soul to Shadow's hand, and I ain't never been the same. That Black River oath runs cold and deep, and it's the only vow I keep.
I rode out at dawn on a cold black mare, dust on my boots, blood in the air. The preacher said grace, but he never saw me, just a ghost of a boy I used to be. They buried Ma by the sycamore tree, while the sheriff smiled with my father's whiskey. I carved her name in a rifle stock, now I'm the storm they prayed would stop. Coffins in the rain, 6 feet of blame, thunder rolls through that hallowed name. Ain't no cross can cleanse this pain, just pine box truth in a cold wet grave. And I'll ride through hell on a rusted chain, till they're all laying like coffins in the rain. Boy wore a silver vest, thought his money made him bulletproof blessed. But silver don't stop late at night, he begged God wrong, I aim just right. The judge ran fast with a Bible in hand, but I was raised where the devil stands. He said, son, you'll swing by Sunday morn, but I kissed the rope and cut the cord. Coffins in the rain, 6 feet of blame, thunder rolls through that hallowed name. Ain't no cross can cleanse this pain, just pine box truth in a cold wet grave. And I'll ride through hell on a rusted chain, till they're all laying like coffins in the rain. No hero, I ain't no saint, just a shadow carved from grit and hate. And when the reaper hums my name, I'll smile like fire soaked in rain. Coffins in the rain, justice a shame. Don't matter much when the shots all came. They built their lives, now they lie the same, in wooden bones in the rain. I was born where the crows don't fly, where the preacher's breath smells like rye. Mama died with a Bible clutch tie. Daddy vanished in a barroom fight. Ash and blood in the old churchyard. My heart turned mean, my soul turned hard. Rode to town with my coat pulled low, a 6-shot truth and ghost in tow. Found him laughing in the rusted saloon. Moonlight danced on the blade of my wound. He tipped his hat with a crooked grin, but I'd been dying to meet my sin. Whiskey and gunpowder burning in my chest. One for the road, two for the rest. Vengeance tastes like tobacco and tears. Been riding this rage for too many years. Smoke in my lungs, fire in my veins. This town will remember my name. The sheriff begged with a trembling hand, but the devil don't deal with righteous men. I carved his name in the courthouse door like the tally of a holy war. My boots are soaked in dust and sin, a hymn of hell where grace wore thin. Whiskey and gunpowder burning in my chest. One for the road, two for the rest. Vengeance tastes like tobacco and tears. Been riding this rage for too many years. Smoke in my lungs, fire in my veins. This town will remember my name. I don't sleep, just stare at stars, counting ghosts behind iron bars. If heaven's watching, it sure don't speak. Only thunder answers when the gallows creak. Whiskey and gunpowder, ashes and bone. I walk the line that leads back home. Crosses tilt in the devil's breeze, and I pray my sins don't bring me to my knees. Smoke in my lungs, fire in my veins. Let them bury me deep with my name. The sun bled dry across a mesa ridge. Smoke curled up from a preacher's bridge. I rode through ash with a heart like lead, chasing ghosts of the men I left for dead. Boots full of dust, so full of sin. The devil's been riding shotgun again, and every town's got a gallows grin. But I ain't done till the blood runs thin. Hollow crosses on the hillside, nailed in pine and rusted chain. No names carved, just silence for the slain. They buried love in shallow dirt, but revenge runs deep like pain. I swear by the fire in my veins, I'll never ride home again. blood stains the chapel floor. They hung him high, said justice war, but the sheriff's hands were paid in gold. While mama screamed, her tears ran cold. Now I wear black like a morning crow, with a 6-gun heart and a heavy soul. A list of names carved on bone, each one a stone on a sinner's throne. Hollow crosses on the hillside, where the wind won't even pray. Burned out saints and devils dressed in gray. The lawmen sleep in velvet beds, while the dead rot where they lay. I ride till they all repay, and I don't forget that day. With shattered windows where the choir used to sing. Now the pews are lined with whiskey, and the Lord don't bless a thing. But I kneel in dust and gunpowder, saying grace with a trembling hand. Let my vengeance be your power as I ride through this cursed land. Hollow crosses on the hillside, swinging slow in judgment's breeze. A hymn for the damned and the deceased. I ain't looking for salvation, just a reckoning for thieves, till the last man finally sees what justice really means. My bones bleach in the canyon, let them say I rode with cause. Not for glory nor for ransom, just a soul that broke the laws under hollow crosses. Rode into town neath a blood-red sky. Boot heels echo where the dead men lie. Sheriff's star hanging on a gallows pole. My brother swung while the crows took soul. Whiskey burns like a preacher's shame. Cross on my chest, but I ain't saved. There's a name on my lips like a rattlesnake hiss, and a 6-shot sermon I don't plan to miss. Church burned on a moonless night, ashes like snow in the pale torchlight. She screamed my name with a final breath. Now I walk with a ghost I couldn't protect. The banker laughed when he stole our land. Now choke on the gold in his greedy hands. One by one, like wolves I hunt, with a Bible torn and a soul to confront. Devil's in the dust and he's wearing my face. Trail of fire where I leave no grace. Reckoning's coming on a midnight gust. God may forgive, but I'll turn him to rust. A heart gone black and a gun I trust. Ain't no saving me. The devil's in the dust. There's a locket in my coat still warm with a name. A prayer carved in lead and hell to reclaim. I ride through the dusk with the wind in my hair. Vengeance don't sleep and neither does despair.
see him clear, and the mirrors crack and the buzzards leer. Thunder rolls like a hangman's gust. God may cry, but crying ain't just. I ride with rage, with blood and rust. No grave too deep when the devil's in the dust.
Cold through the bones of the plains, where crosses lean like drunkards in the rain. Smoke curls up from a shotgun prayer by the grave of a girl with raven hair. I rode in black, heart burned to cold, hollow as the bell that never told. She said, don't go fighting what you can't outrun, but I bled my oath beneath a dying sun.
Now I walk through the ashes of Eden, where angels once danced in the wheat. I trade my soul for the sound of breathing from the men who laid her at my feet. There's no grace where the shadow's been feeding, just fire and the vengeance I'm needing. I'll burn every trail till I'm even in the ashes, ashes of Eden. Sheriff said it's just some bad men riding. Devils don't knock when they come calling, but the names are carved on a 45, and I swore she'd be the last to die. I found one drunk in a sulphur town dive, begging mercy with tears in his eyes. I said, you pray to God, I'll send the word. Then I lit him up like the book he never learned. Now I walk through the ashes of Eden, where angels once danced in the wheat. I trade my soul for the sound of breathing from the men who laid her at my feet. There's no grace where the shadow's been feeding, just fire and the vengeance I'm needing. I'll burn every trail till I'm even in the ashes, ashes of Eden. Crows circle high on a sky turned red, every mile marked by the blood I've shed. If heaven won't take me, hell's got my brand, but I'd kill the world to hold her hand. So I ride through the ashes of Eden, with her locket tied round my gun. No peace, no cross, no healing, just dust and what I've done. If justice means dying or pleading, then I'll fall where the wild winds are bleeding. But I'll know when my last breath is leaving, I died for the ashes, ashes of Eden.
sky turned black, but I kept moving, didn't look back. I burn, but I don't end. Heat don't kill what won't bend. You smell the smoke, you feel the tread, but I ain't dead. I ain't dead. Ash on my tongue, so in my veins, my shadow moves without its chains. Don't need a cause, don't need a name. I'm the torch they couldn't tame. I burn, but I don't end. Fire's my blood, smoke's my friend. The wind may howl, the trees may bend, but I ride on. I don't end. Pyres rise, the temples fall, the saints all choke on their call, and through the ash I carve my trail, one slow step beyond the veil. I burn, but I don't end. No prayer, no God to defend, just blackened boots and a voice like lead. I don't sleep, I don't end. There's something sleeping in my ribs. It don't breathe, just pulls and digs. Away too old, too sharp, too deep. That wakes when I pretend to sleep. I carry what doesn't die. It hums beneath the colorless sky. Don't bleed, don't scream, don't ask me why. It just stays.
slow, still grows in places light won't go. I carry what doesn't die. No cross, no bell, no lullaby. Just grit and fire and low reply. You touched my path, then you'll know why.
Boots like stone, steps like drums. Every mile another one comes. Don't need to run, don't need to shout. The ground knows what I'm about. The ground moves when I walk. No warning, no need to talk. Dust kicks up, bones go, still I ain't fast. I'm just real. Eyes don't meet me, doors stay closed. Wind stops dead when I come close. I ain't a man, not anymore. Just a sound behind your door. The ground moves when I walk. Leaves go black, roots unlock. You feel me coming in your chest. A low note that don't let rest. I don't ride to save or slay. I just take the light away. Where I pass, the fields go bare. I don't steal, I just don't care. The ground moves when I walk. Hearts beat twice, then lose the clock. Say my name and feel it crack. I won't stop, I won't look back. Before the fire, before the flood, before the steel learned how to blood, I stood in smoke that had no name and watched the world forget its flame. I was here when silence was born. Before the light, before the thorn. No God had spoken, no man had sinned. Just cold that moved beneath the wind. No law was carved
graves were dug, no names were read, just thought and fire inside the dead. You speak of fate, of wrath, of pain, but all those words arrived too late. I was the echo, I was the crack, the breath before it don't come back. I was here when silence was born. I do not wait, I don't warn. If you feel cold without a cause, it's me.